Dear students, this is our story time. We shall know about a story of O. Henry. Children, O. Henry was the pen name of William Sidney Porter. He was an American short story writer who was known for his tales about the life of ordinary people, especially in New York. His stories generally express the effect of coincidence on character through humor or irony. He was known for his wordplay and surprise endings. Some of his notable stories, The Gift of the Magi, The Ransom of Red Chief, Babes in the Jungle, The Skylight Room, The Furnished Room, The Last Leaf, and so on. Children, more than 600 stories are written by O. Henry. Today we shall know about the story which is in your syllabus, The Cop and the Anthem. Today's story is about Soapy, the main character of the story. Children, the only character whose name is given in the story. Soapy was a homeless person. You can say him a vagabond, a person who wanders from place to place without a home or a job. Soapy used to live in a park in Madison Square. That was a very old park, and he slept on a bench in the park beside the fountain. No one took objection on his stay over there. Summer was pleasant in the open park, but what is about winter? Winter was a very difficult season to spend, especially the night in an open park. Residents of Madison Square left their home due to severe cold, collected tickets, and went to some other places like Palm Beach or Riviera to spend the winter. Soapy's winter home was Blackwell's Island. Actually, that was a prison, a jail. He did some wrong every winter, and the cop, the police officer, the policeman, put him up in the jail. One evening, Soapy was resting on the bench of the park. He felt very uneasy due to cold. His body was wrapped with stale newspaper, but paper could not prevent him from cold. Soapy saw people to walk on the road wearing coats. He saw birds were flying towards the south to avoid cold. He saw a dry leaf fell on him. Soapy understood the arrival of winter. It was his time to change the place for 3 months. He had to find out alternative place for living during winter. He was in need of a shelter. There were some houses of charity in the city, but Soapy did not want to go there because he had to make many personal inquiries in that place. He had to maintain personal cleanliness also. He preferred to stay in a prison, in a jail, where he could be lost through law and order of the court. He could get a bed to rest there. He could get food to eat there. No tension, no worries, just 3 months to spend over there. So according to Soapy, prison is a good place to escape from the cold. But how to go to jail? He needed to do some crime. He began to think of some plans. His first attempt was to eat in a luxurious, expensive restaurant. I will eat there, but I will not pay the bill. Then the manager will hand me over the cop, the police. Next day, he cleaned his beard, wore a clean shirt and coat, managed to knot a tie gifted by someone on Thanksgiving Day, but his pant was old and dirty. His shoes were torn. Street Broadway and Fifth Avenue met somewhere. Soapy first stood there. Now crossing Broadway Street, he stood in front of an expensive, luxurious restaurant. The smart people wearing the best clothes were sitting inside the restaurant. He was confident of his entry inside. But seeing his dirty pant and torn shoes, the waiter did not allow him to enter. When he stepped into the doorstep, the head waiter saw his old dirty pant and torn shoes, and he was not allowed to enter. Soapy came out of Broadway. He came to 6th Avenue, a place He saw a beautifully decorated showcase in a shop. He picked up a piece of brick and threw on the showcase. The glass was broken. People came hearing the tinkling sound of the broken glass. The cop came. The police came. Soapy stood there silently. The police asked, "Where is the man? Who did this? Where did he go? Who is the man?" Soapy told that cop, perhaps I have done this. Cop said, "How come a wrongdoer and offender be so cool in front of the cop?" Rather, the police suspected another person and chased him. Again, Soapy started walking. His plan of getting arrested got flopped. Opposite to this road, one small restaurant was there. One can eat well there by spending less money. He got entry easily in this restaurant. No one objected his entry here. He ate as much as he could, the food of his choice. Then he told the waiter he had no money in his pocket to pay the bill. Also, he told, "Call the police and hand me over." Hearing this, two waiters threw him out of the restaurant. They just ignored him and his talks. Soapy's plan again flopped. He wanted to be arrested truly, just for the sake of getting 3 months shelter in the jail. He saw a police to stand in front of a medicine shop. He smiled, seeing Soapy to be taken out by the waiters, but he went away. After some work, Soapy again began to hit upon idea for getting arrested. He saw a lady watching the materials in the showcase of a shop. Soapy thought of teasing her, harassing her, but the lady did not get irritated at all. Rather, she expressed her happiness and showed interest in Soapy. A cop saw their interaction, but no objection took place. Children, Soapy was wondering why no cop, no police was arresting him. Again, he saw a cop in front of a theatre hall. He went there and began to speak loudly, dance madly. People gathered to see him, but the cop said, "We have no orders to say anything to the college boy," considering him a college boy. "Students are enjoying party today," the police said. "We are allowing them to make fun today." The cop considered him as a student of a college in that area where party was going on. Soapy felt very upset. Will no cop arrest him? He thought. How can he go to island his winter home then? Dear students, Soapy started walking again. Soapy saw a man smoking in a shop. His umbrella made of silk was kept outside the shop. Soapy took that umbrella and began to walk. That man followed Soapy and asked, "Where are you taking my umbrella?" Soapy told him, "Go, call the police. Tell the police I have stolen your umbrella." That man told Soapy, "I suppose it's your umbrella. I found it in a hotel this morning. You might be the right owner of this umbrella. Please forgive me and get your umbrella back." Soapy started walking towards the east. People were repairing the road. He threw that umbrella beside the road. He started thinking, why was he not considered as a wrongdoer? How would he go to the prison for shelter then? He was walking and walking, came to a place. He began to express his anger on the cops. Am I worthless? Can't I commit a crime? Can't I be arrested? He thought of returning to his place, the park. Suddenly, he saw a church, an old church. He saw through the window the beautiful purple-colored light. An organ, a large musical instrument, was being played inside the church. It seemed Sunday prayer practice was going on. Soapy was motivated. The tune was so beautiful, melodious. It was pleasant to hear. Soapy became emotional. He stood still to hear the melody, holding the iron frame of the fence. Beautiful tune of the song. It was night then. It was a moonlit night. No vehicle on the road. Very less people were around. A silent evening. Birds were also in the nest. Soapy became nostalgic. He began to recall his past. He remembered his mother. He remembered his friends. He remembered the rose garden of his childhood. He had lots of hope those days. He had dreams in his eyes for future. But now, where are those dreams? What is about his present life? Just a man with no hope. Just a man with no self-respect, no aspiration, no self-dependence, living for no cause. Just living and spending days. He felt very sad. He became hopeful and energetic having heard that beautiful melody. He became active. He thought of living with honor, self-respect and dignity. He thought of living like a man, a self-disciplined person. The music motivated him. He thought of finding a job. He thought of going to the city next morning and meet the businessman who once offered him the driver's job. He thought of getting a meaningful life. Children, just that time, someone caught hold of Soapy's hand, asked him, "What are you doing here?" Soapy saw that was a cop, a police. Soapy answered, "I am doing nothing." The cop arrested him. Soapy was condemned for wandering aimlessly in the city at night. Next morning, the magistrate in police court gave an order for 3-month imprisonment of Soapy. Children, this is an ironic ending. The story includes a setting in New York City. This story looks at the state of mind of an ordinary member in the society. Children, in this story, the irony is this: just when Soapy realizes he wants a better life, he is arrested and sentenced to exactly what he wished for in the beginning, a 3-month stay in the prison. Children, O. Henry's moral message comes to life. Every person has a story. Even the homeless man on the street has a history that does not include his current state of affairs. Even though we don't know how or why Soapy became homeless. Children, the cop represents the law of the country and the anthem represents Soapy's desire to reform. Please read this story and write to me whenever there is a problem. Please like the video to inspire me, share the video with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you with new video very soon. Please stay safe and wish you all the best. Bye.